Hey guys, it's barbecue season. You get your tongs out, you get your barbecues ready, and guess what? You want to make some meat on that barbecue. You need some wines to pair with those. So here at Duplicate Winery, we got all kinds of wines to pair with all different types of barbecue. We've even got barbecue sauces to pair with your favorite meats. So let's get started, because we're going to talk about 6 different types of barbecue you can do. We're going to start out with tangy, okay? So if you're from North Carolina, especially Eastern North Carolina, you're gonna like your tangy barbecue. And what we've got here, we've got some of our Muscadine Carolina mustard barbecue sauce. This stuff is awesome. If you like pulled pork, you wanna mix some of this in your pulled pork, smoke that sucker, and then you wanna just shred that up and mix this in with it. It is great. And you know what? You want to go with that? You want something to cool that off a little bit to get that tanginess out? My go-to wine for that is our Going Coastal. This is by far my favorite wine too. It's got about 4 different grapes in there, some northern grapes, some southern grapes, those muscadines and some non-muscadines. This is a great wine to pair with that. Get it really chilled, get that pork out, make you a sandwich, and have a glass of that Going Coastal with that. You're gonna love it with that smoked pulled pork with that Carolina mustard barbecue sauce mixed with some muscadines. That is awesome. And the next thing I want to talk about, a lot of people like their barbecue a little bit hot. So, you know, a lot of people like the pepper sauces. Those are great. Myself, I like something a little bit more subdued, but if you like a pepper sauce on any kind of meat that you've smoked, try, I don't know, say, try it on a brisket. I love brisket. You know, some people like that. Wings, if you ever had smoked wings, those are awesome. Hot pepper sauces on those are good. But to cool that down a little bit, you might want to try some of our Pink Magnolia. Now our Pink Magnolia is a mid-sweet. It's made with that magnolia and white muscadine and some of our red muscadines. And it's going to give you a soothing sensation after you've eaten those really, really hot wings. And those smoked wings are awesome. But if you want to try something that we make, this is really good, called Sweet Bourbon Glaze. Now what this is exactly what it says. It's a sweet bourbon glaze. It has a little bit of spice in there though. So it's going to start out sweet, but you get a little bit of that spice on the finish. This is really good if you like salmon. I love salmon. This is really good on salmon. So you can have a piece of salmon with a little bit of that glaze on top of it as you're cooking it, and finish that off with a little bit of our Pink Magnolia there. Our next type of barbecue we're going to talk about a little bit is sweet. Okay, so if you from Memphis, you kind of like that sweet taste in your barbecue, and they got a lot of brisket out there, ribs. That sweet barbecue sauce is really good on those. I get those smoked up, put some of that barbecue sauce on there, and you need something to go with that as far as wines. Wine that we got to go with that I think is great is Carlos, because it's a dry white wine that we make here. Now it's not the easiest thing in the world to make a dry white muscadine, but we picked these early in the season, these Carlos grapes, so you get that dry taste, and it really is a great complement to that sweet sauce. And if you're looking for a sauce, try our muscadine barbecue sauce. Sweetest sauce we've got. It's great. It has that great muscadine flavor in there, and it pairs well with just about anything. It's good on ribs. I've had it on brisket. I talk about salmon. I love salmon. This is even good on salmon. Now, I would still go with that sweet bourbon glaze if I was doing a salmon, but this isn't bad on that. So the next one we're going to talk about some more, you know, kind of spicy foods, maybe Latino foods, Indian foods, you know, jerk chicken, that sort of thing. You get some of those spicy meats with that. I love jerk chicken, I really do. And a great thing to go with that jerk chicken is our cool muscadine, because you get that spicy and then that cool muscadine wine that we make. Those complement each other great also. And if you're looking for something to add to your sauce, say you've got a sweet sauce that you like, or a spicier sauce that you like, add a little bit. What we've got here, it's called muscadine pepper jelly. And I'm telling you, if you take a sweet barbecue sauce and add a little bit of this to that barbecue sauce, it's going to give you that kick you're looking for, but still keep it sweet and that good muscadine taste. So if you get this, make your jerk chicken with that and add just a little bit of this, and then finish it off with that cool muscadine. Is that cool muscadine? That, again, that's one of my favorite ones. Just definitely my top favorite. Going Coastal is still my favorite. But we want to talk about, a lot of people like Smoky barbecue, okay? You get, I would say, probably into South Carolina a little bit. I think more Tennessee, those areas where you've got a lot of smoky barbecue, or Texas. Texas has a lot of smoky barbecue. A great wine to pair with that is Burgundy. So if you've got that great smoke taste, if you've had those ribs in a smoker overnight and they're just fall off the bone, and you've got some of that great smoky taste, you're going to want a little bit of our Burgundy wine. It's a drier wine, but it pairs so well with any kind of really smoky meats. And if you're looking for a barbecue sauce or a grilling sauce, try our smokehouse grilling sauce. And this is a muscadine based smokehouse grilling sauce, so it gives you a little bit of that sweetness. Great on ribs. Again, I like this one on brisket. Love it on brisket. And you know what? A great thing to do with this, if you like meatloaf, mix this in with your meatloaf. I know you don't think about smoking meatloaf too much, but I'm telling you right now, I've had smoked meatloaf where they actually cook it in a smoker, add a little bit of smokehouse grilling sauce into the meat before you cook it. You got a great meatloaf. Another thing that you can do that I meant to tell you earlier with this sweet bourbon glaze, if you're making hamburgers, add a little bit of this into your hamburger meat before you cook those hamburgers. It gives you a great hamburger with that sweet bourbon glaze. Now the last type of barbecue we want to talk about is just simply seasoned. Not everybody likes all those flavors. You might not like a tangy barbecue sauce. You might not like a hot barbecue sauce or a spicy barbecue. You just want something that's got some great seasoning in it. Now, there's all kinds of barbecue sauces out there you can use. You can make your own at home. And by all means, if you find a barbecue sauce of ours you like, take it home, add some stuff to it that you may like. Maybe you like a little bit more garlic and you want to add that a little bit to that sweet bourbon glaze. Do that. Maybe you like some dill. You want to add some dill to something. Try some dill in our muscadine barbecue sauce. But if you're looking for something that's just a very simply seasoned barbecue sauce that we make, I would definitely try, again, the muscadine barbecue sauce. It's not overly spicy, it's not overly sweet. It does have a little bit of a sweet taste, but it's not overly sweet. It's just exactly what I said, simply seasoned. And a great wine to go with that, any of those very just nicely seasoned, not over the top, is our Carolina Red. One of our best-selling wines. To me, if you've ever had a muscadine right off the vine, that's what you're getting in this wine right here. This tastes just like a muscadine right off the vine. When I was a kid, I used to walk through the woods in North Carolina, and we would find these muscadines hanging in the trees. I'd pop them in my mouth. I loved them. First time I ever tried this wine, that's exactly what I got, was that idea of me walking through the woods when I was a kid, picking those right off the vine. That's what this Carolina Red tasted like. Reminds me of eating those grapes and just chowing down on some nice summer barbecue. You guys, get those barbecue grills ready, get some of our wine, and oh, one more thing. If you like tuna, check this out. We made this tuna, and if you're looking for the actual recipe on this, we actually did a video of this that you'll see. It's going to probably already be out there, so check it out. This tuna, we actually made this with some of our Moonlight Bliss. This is a great pairing with that tuna, which you guys already know if you watched the video. If you haven't watched the video, go check it out. And while you guys are checking that out, I'm gonna have a bite of this because this junk is good. I've been barbecuing.